good longevity lifestyle designers. This is Zach here with Secrets of Longevity in Humans.com as well as martin-kilgour.com. Mucuna Pruriens is an herb that is growing in popularity. People are learning about it, but there's very little information about its wide range of properties. There's certain things that are being emphasized, such as its levodopa properties, or L-dopa containing constituents that are great for anyone with symptoms of Parkinson's. However, I wouldn't recommend anyone that's looking for an alternative to just jump straight on it. I'd work with a practitioner, but it has been shown in clinical studies to be better and safer than the drug levodopa in terms of getting people off Parkinson's. And this is because Parkinson's is basically a deficiency of the body's ability to create dopamine. And so the fact that mucuna contains L-dopa, which is what the drug is an extract or isolated form of, it's able to provide the body with those components that is beneficial for Parkinson's, but it also contains all the cofactors and other plant alkaloids that make Mucuna Pruriens completely safe and one of the best adaptogenic herbal tonics out there. In Chinese herbal medicine, they have what's known as the three treasures, and it can be likened to the tridosha theory of Ayurveda. And because Mucuna Pruriens is an Ayurvedic herb, it's known as a balancer of all three doshas, and there's very few herbs that are able to do that in the world. There's a few of the top in each herbal system, and in the Chinese system, which you could say is the three treasures, Jing, Qi, and Shen, there are certain herbs that work on all three of them, such as reishi, ginseng. There's very few really, none of the others are coming to my mind, but Mucuna Pruriens would be among these. It's primarily a yang jing tonic overall, but it does work on every level of a person's being. So it has the spiritual potency enhancing qualities, the energy tonic qualities like a Qi tonic, but it's also a Jing tonic, specifically a Yang Jing tonic, because it has such a diverse ability to target the sexual foundational system of the body and boost every aspect of it and balance it, and balance the hormones as well. So clinically in animal studies as well as on humans, it has been shown to increase fertility by increasing sperm count, sperm motility, sperm strength and volume of the seminal fluid, increasing erectile potential in males, decreasing the amount of time required by mice between populations. It decreases the amount of time it takes for them to regain an erection. It's also obviously has very powerful libido enhancing effects. And overall, this is because the dopamine, when your dopamine's at a balanced level, which everyone's walking around with completely trashed dopamine levels, but that provides the basis for the body to produce human growth hormone as well as testosterone. So it's a popular supplement in the bodybuilding industry and athletics to increase, in a safe way, those hormones in the body and those qualities that are needed for maximum performance. Now, a lot of people want to hear about dopamine and the fact that this is increasing their dopamine levels. It might be more accurate to say it's balancing the dopamine levels by providing the foundational building blocks for dopamine. L-dopa, or levodopa, which is the main active compound in Mucuna Pruriens, is what's needed to emphasize and to help the body create dopamine. It's like it's giving it the material for it to make it without stimulating the body to make it too much. So when we think of possible addictive substances that we might take to stimulate the release of dopamine in our body, this is creating a dependency on that substance. Specifically in this case, I'm thinking of marijuana because it's well known to be a stimulator of dopamine, hence the name or slang term for dope. And people become dopey not because of the dopamine, but because afterwards they have low levels of dopamine because their body no longer wants to make it because it's had the drug or the substance stimulate the release of it in their body, and then they no longer are able to produce much of it on their own without the outside stimulation of a substance. So Mucuna Pruriens doesn't cause a dependency such as, or doesn't have addictive qualities like these other things that might cause this in ourselves. It provides a basis for our body to learn how to make more dopamine safely, and when you go off it, you're not going to have a crash of levels. that being said, it's safe to take on an ongoing basis in a set amount. If you want to learn more about this amazing herb, check out the article that I've written. I've got a link to it below, and that's an article on my site, and I've written a lot covering all the different compounds in it and the constituents and the effects it has on the body, the physiology, and also some links to some great places where you can pick this herb up if you're looking to experiment with it or try it out for yourself. And I just recently picked up a pound of it, an extract of it, and it comes in a bag like this, and it's basically an orange powder, which you can see here. It smells kind of like ketchup. It's odd. I used to get it from a different source where it was whole. It wasn't an extract before, and the whole source had a very beany smell, but I guess when you extract something, it's going to potentiate those flavors and aromas in it. You really only use a small amount, so it's not like it's going to taint your smoothies or elixirs. So it's not like it's going to taint them with that flavor. It's more going to be something that just mixes in, because you only need half a teaspoon to a teaspoon max of an extract. And that's the great thing, is it's so highly absorbable, it mixes right in, it's very smooth, it's not gritty. And yeah, you get the benefits of it. You can use it twice at 2 ends of the day. It's half a teaspoon. That's sort of the standard way to use extracts, is a small amount at 2 ends of the day. So you get a continuous introduction of their properties into your body, and your body can become re-educated about the qualities and energies in the herb. So I mentioned it's a libido-enhancing effect in males, but it's equally as powerful for females, as testosterone is a prime hormone in female physiology that affects their libido, and so it's fantastic for that. But it's also increases other things in the female body, specifically increases lactation for breastfeeding, if that happens to be an issue where you're not producing enough milk for your child. And some of the really unique qualities about this herb, which might be its Shen or Tejas in the Ayurvedic terminology properties, which are the more spiritual or psychosomatic properties, are the fact that it contains 5 different compounds of DMT. This is dimethyltryptamine, which are natural compounds produced in the brain, and they're present in Mucuna in various amounts. They're not so concentrated to the point where it can cause dissociation from reality. However, it has been used in certain preparations with ayahuasca and some other herbs to enhance those and draw out those properties of the DMT, which is a very powerful psychedelic, but in these quantities it's actually just very healthy for the body. And a lot of people have these issues with mind-altering chemicals, but they don't realize that there's mind-altering chemicals in everything you eat in very, very, very tiny amounts. DMT is actually found in almost every plant out there, but in incredibly minuscule quantities. Now in this specific herb, it is in larger amounts, but not to the point, again, like it doesn't dissociate you from reality. It kind of gives you a blissful feeling, and if you were to consume this right before bedtime, I've done this, and I find I have more vivid dreams, and they're actually a little bit more, and I do find that they have a little bit more of a purpose behind them. I feel like I'm getting something done in the dream time, like I'm actually progressing somewhere. It's quite interesting. That's just my personal experience. Another amazing effect of Mucuna has been that it can increase the blood plasma levels of superoxide dismutase, which is the most powerful antioxidant that our body creates. It's very important, as well as glutathione. These are 2 extremely important antioxidants for longevity, increasing maximum lifespan potential, and just all around health. And then of course it also increases catalase, which is an enzyme that's well known for being a factor when it's in low levels of causing the hair to go gray. Catalase is actually an enzyme that breaks down hydrogen peroxide that can collect in the roots of our hairs, basically bleaching our hair from the inside out. And catalase gets lowered through stress and other things, but when it's kept at optimal levels, it is, it can delay the aging process in that way. Now, Mucuna shouldn't be used by anyone suffering from schizophrenia because of its slightly hallucinogenic properties. Again, I don't want to dissuade anyone from using it, but it's very safe, and just don't take, a pound of it all at once. I wouldn't consume this whole bag all at once. You want to just make it last, take the little amounts over time. Well, actually a teaspoon is quite a large amount because it's an extract. If you're taking a whole, or if you want to take a tablespoon or more of it, that isn't as concentrated. So again, check out that link below. I've also got links to some sources where you can get this, pick up a pound like that, or even smaller amounts. You can get a 2-ounce package, which is still concentrated extract, which that one small package actually lasts about a month. So have fun, because this is definitely a very fun herb to take. Have fun exploring this amazing botanical from the southern parts of Asia.